everyone, and welcome to ABC Interactive English. I'm Mike.
I'm Rainbow.
Now, our building character unit for this month is actually more about knowing your character, maybe building your character through looking at your character. And this is actually a really good idea. You know, these days everyone's on social media and it's all about being with other people and sharing things and comparing. And I think a lot of people could really do with spending some time away from other people and just being with themselves.
Yeah, totally.
Right? So knowing yourself is about knowing who you are and seeing how you change over the years and stuff like that. So what do you think is a good way to get to know yourself better?
I think everyone should try this at some point in their lives.
What's that?
Is to travel alone.
Traveling alone, traveling by yourself.
Yeah, and a lot of people think
idea.
it's so scary, but when you're by yourself, you find out what you actually like doing, not just because your friends or your boyfriend or your mom wants to go. You can decide when you want to wake up, when you want to eat, what you want to explore, which museums, what streets. When I traveled alone, I walked the whole time, didn't take a bus, didn't take the MRT, I just explored the city, and it was wonderful.
Okay, didn't you ever feel lonely when you were traveling alone like that?
I always meet people.
Okay, and that's another good thing about it, right?
Yeah.
You can get to know yourself by making new friendships with all sorts of new kinds of people. That's another way to get to know yourself. But spending some time alone, I think, will do a lot of people a lot of good. Not all the time, just sometimes. So we're going to look at other ways that you can get to know yourself in our article today and tomorrow.
I know many things about myself. For example, I like to read and play with my cat. They are fun, and I can do them every day. Also, I don't like to exercise, and I can't talk to new people. My parents don't like that. To them, those things are not so good, but I am okay with them.
All right, so yeah, the title of our article is Know Yourself, right? Know the kind of person, the kind of character, the kind of personality you have. So how does the article kick off?
So it says, I know many things about myself. For example, I like to read and play with my cat. That sounds like you.
I like to read and play with my cats too.
They are fun.
They are fun.
I can do them every day.
Yeah, absolutely. It is fun to play with your cat and to read. I sometimes even do both of those things at the same time. Yeah. I'm very good at multitasking, doing different things at the same time. I got a book in one hand, I'm scratching my cat in the other hand. You know,
or you're reading your cat and scratching your book.
I'm very, and in the winter time, I have two cats sitting on me because I'm warm,
You're warm
and they're cold. So then I have to put the book down and play with the cats. But
so cute.
Anyways, so yeah, those are things that this person likes to do that I like to do. You might be very different, but as long as you know the things that you enjoy doing, even if those things are things that you only do by yourself, like maybe reading and playing with your pets, at least you know that about yourself. But you might like to do other things. And the article continues. Also, I don't like to exercise and I can't talk to new people. That's a good point. Knowing yourself is not just knowing about the things you like, but the things that you don't like as well. And as you said, traveling on your own is a good way to learn that. Spending time alone is often the only way you can get to know that. So yeah, some people do like to exercise, while other people don't. What is to exercise? To exercise is to work out your body to make yourself physically fit. If you're reading, that's a good way to work out your brain. You
exercise your brain.
Exercising your brain. But generally when we say, oh, I haven't exercised in 3 days, most of us think about working out your body, going to the gym, playing sports,
yoga,
running, lifting weights, anything that works up a sweat, that gets your heart beating, that gives your muscles a good workout, that is exercise. Now, of course, we can say I need exercise as a noun, or I'm exercising as a verb. Either way, we mean physically moving your body to make your health better.
Yes, and I have a sentence for you. My favorite kind of exercise is yoga. How about you?
Okay, my favorite kind of exercise, I like to play different sports. Yeah, one of my favorite sports is squash.
Oh, is this with your...
A little ball, kind of like tennis, but you play it in a square room. You bounce a ball around. It's kind of like living inside a video game.
Is this a team sport? It can be?
It's player against player, kind of like tennis. Yeah, it's really fun. You can play it in in Taiwan if you go to those sports centers. It's a very good workout, but it's also just fun. Anyways, squash, try it out. Maybe you'll discover that you love it. Anyways, my parents, the article says, don't like that. Oh, so I guess the parents don't like that this girl likes to read and play with her cats, but doesn't like
people
to exercise or make new friends or something like that. Now, does she say why?
To them, those things are not so good. But I'm okay with them.
Okay, so maybe your parents are like, you should go out more. You should
Make
go
more
to
friends.
that. Yeah, go to that party
Get a
or
boyfriend.
join the volleyball team or something like that. She's like, no, I'd rather be
Go
home
work out.
with the cats and my books or something like that. So, but at least even if she gets a little bit of trouble from her parents, at least she knows herself.
Yeah.
Right?
And
So
I think it's important to also respect if other people don't like the same thing as you. It's okay. Say you like this, I don't like this, and I respect myself, and it's okay.
Yeah, you can explain to them why you think those other things might be good for them, but if they try them out and say, yeah, I really don't like that, well, that's just who they are. Let's take a break, and then we'll be back with more.
However, I don't know everything about myself. When new things happen, I try to learn from them. I think about my actions and also my thoughts and feelings.
All right, so obviously the writer of our article, she knows herself quite well, right? She knows what she likes and what she doesn't like, but anyone at any age, especially young people, you won't know everything about yourself. That's why we have to live our lives. It says, however, I don't know everything about myself. Well, at least she's smart enough to know that she doesn't know everything about herself.
Yeah, and she's gonna try to learn more.
Yeah.
She says, when new things happen, I try to learn from them. So them means the new things she didn't know about.
That's right. That's why we like to have new experiences. I'm sure you learned a lot when you were traveling by yourself in a very short time.
Yeah.
Right? Because when you were traveling by yourself, when you do new things, when you have new experiences, new things happen. When something happens, this verb means it goes on. It takes place. Some actions occurred, right? So if you're walking down the street, something really interesting might happen, like you might see a police car chasing another car driving really fast. Wow, look what's happening over there. Or you might see something really normal and kind of boring happening, like a guy is walking his dog. That happened, right? So often things, of course, will happen all day long in all of our lives. Sometimes those are interesting or special or amazing things that happen. But even if you just wake up, brush your teeth, and go to school, well, those things went on. Those things happened.
I have a sentence for you. When bad things happen, it's important to stay positive, to try to think about sometimes, even though it seems like it's awful, hey, actually, there might be a good thing that comes out of it. Or maybe it's not so bad at all when you just turn it around and think in a different way.
True. And when bad things happen, we can still learn from them.
Yes.
And that's another word we had there. To learn is another another verb. And when you learn something, you get new information, you take it into your brain, you understand it, you remember it, and then you use it to be smarter and to do better and to become a bigger and better person. Of course, we go to school to learn things from our teachers. We can read books, we can watch interesting TV shows, we can listen to people who know things that we don't know. We take in that information and then we expand our brains and our knowledge. We learn.
Yes, and people say, if you're always learning, if you never stop learning, you will never get old.
That's a very good phrase.
Because you're always active and using your brain, you're learning about something new, you're not repeating the same mistakes, you're always doing new things.
True.
So then you'll be young.
Even if you live to 100, you'll still be able to learn new things. Okay,
Yes.
back to the article. The writer then says, I think about my actions and also my thoughts and feelings. Yeah, look back at the
different
things that
things.
you did during the day. Look back at the things that you thought and the way you felt, your feelings. That's another way to learn things, by sort of reviewing the things that happened. What is an action? An action is something that you do. It could be something really simple like scratching your chin or something like that. Or it could be going to the store, buying something, learning something, playing something, exercising. If you move your body or basically do anything, if you put a verb in a sentence, that is an action.
Yes, and we have a sentence in English that says actions speak louder than words. And what that means is I might say something, but what I do is more important, it's more powerful, or people believe it more. For example, if you say, I really like you, but I'm always like doing something behind your back. I'm stealing your things.
Hey.
I'm talking about you.
Your actions don't match your words.
Exactly.
Oh, very good point. And we also have these words thoughts and feelings. Your thoughts are the things that you think, right? If you're looking at a comic book, it's that bubble that the person's mind goes into. Those are your thoughts, not the things that you say or the things that you do, the things that only happen in your brain. And your feelings, those are your emotions. When you're happy, when you're sad, when you're angry, when you're incredibly excited, those are feelings or emotions. And now I'm having emotions right now.
What kind of emotions?
Sad emotions, but also
Why?
kind of happy because it's the end of our article.
Aww.
Yeah, but I'm happy also because we're going to come back tomorrow with more.
You have so many thoughts and feelings.
Very complicated right now.
Oh, so I guess we'll see you tomorrow then.
We'll miss you guys, but
Thank
we'll
you
see
for
you
joining
soon.
us.
Feelings. Bye.
Thoughts.
I know many things about myself. For example, I like to read and play with my cat. They are fun, and I can do them every day. Also, I don't like to exercise, and I can't talk to new people. My parents don't like that. To them, those things are not so good, but I am okay with them. However, I don't know everything about myself. When new things happen, I try to learn from them. I think about my actions and also my thoughts and feelings.
Hello， 各位同学，我是维尼，又到了今天新单字文法的时间。首先来看看今天的3个新用语。第一个 ，for example， 例如，比方，看个例句。What are some of the big cities? For example, New York, Paris, Tokyo, and Taipei. 有哪一些大城市呢？举例来说，有纽约、巴黎、东京，还有台北。下一个用语 ，A plays with B，A 和 B 玩。Play 呢，在此表示玩耍的意思，它是不及物动词。Our dogs always play with our cats。我们的狗呢，总是和猫一起玩哦。第3个 ，think about， 思索、思考。think 就是想，这个动词它的3态变化为 think, thought, thought。如果上课老师点到你，然后你不知道答案怎么办？ 你可以说 I need time to think about it. 我需要时间想一下。再来看一下今天的4个单字。第一个 exercise 运动，它是动词。这个字呢是生活中很常见的用语，就是指运动啊、活动筋骨有关的活动。看个例句 ：It's sunny outside. Let's exercise. 今天天气很好，我们去运动吧。第二个 happen 发生，它是动词。有一个大家一天到晚都在用的字，你一定有听过，就是 What happened？ 发生什么事？可以作为生活中的用法，也可以常用在电影啊、影集等等。比方说，你跟朋友在讨论最新的影集 ，I am excited about what's gonna happen。我很期待接下来会发生什么事。第三个 learn 学习，这个是动词。看个例句 ：What did you learn today？ 你今天学到了什么呢？最后一个字 action 行为。它是名词 ，Actions speak louder than words， 坐而言不如起而行。
Hi, I'm Zsolt.
And I'm Daisy.
And we're here to play Word Drop, where we each have some words from the vocabulary and we have to drop them into conversation as naturally as possible.
Let's get started.
All right.
So I've been thinking a lot lately about Newton's third law, which is that every action has an equal and opposite reaction. You know that one?
I do know that one. Isn't that the third law of thermodynamics as well? That reminds me, it takes me way back into the days of studying chemistry and the endless homework and the exercises. We had to exercise a lot in track and field and soccer.
I mean, you exercise your brain, right?
We exercised our brain, and that reminded me of how all the athletics I had to do. It's not related to chemistry, but yeah.
Okay. That's a lot to think about. Are you talking more about which do you think is more important, mental fitness or physical fitness? Or do you think they're the same thing?
Ooh, that's a very philosophical question you posed for me. It's really hard and ambiguous to grasp that. Would you mind would you mind elaborating, for example, a specific sport?
For instance, do you think it'd be more beneficial for me to learn something like a tennis, like a physical sport, or would something like chess be better? Which one would help my brain fitness more?
Your brain fitness.
My brain.
Or just in general? Because that
Said
could...
me.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Well,
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah.
I would have to say there are many activities and hobbies, and all of them are good to do, and whichever happens to be within your means is something that you should pursue. All of them are great.
Okay, that's not a specific answer, but thank you. Yeah.
See you next time!